Hi everybody, welcome back to WEDucation. I am here at Mercato today. We're in the library. I love it here. I'm with Katie and Melanie. These are the sales managers for Mercato. Is that your title? Sales managers, girls? What are we?
I'm on the sales team and Melanie does production.
Production. Okay, now we know. So there you go. So we're going to talk about all things Mercato today. First, tell us where the location is. That's super important because I love this spot.
Yeah, we're in the Lower Garden District. We are on Magazine and Sophie Wright. We have our own little island right here. It's Mercato, and then the Sophie B. Wright Park right next door. So it's a really great location. There's so many restaurants and bars, and it's a great spot for second lines. You see a lot of second lines here.
Yeah, we're only about 10 minutes really from the French Quarter, so no matter where you guys are staying, we're still pretty close to French Quarter, Uptown, Downtown, and all the surrounding areas.
And there's awesome Airbnbs in the area too.
Yeah.
I know some of my girls have stayed there too.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this amazing building.
Yeah, so it was built in 1931. It's a Spanish colonial style architecture, and it was originally built to be a neighborhood market. And then it was many years later where we took it over and did some renovations, and now it is the venue El Mercado.
How long have you guys been here as a venue?
About 5 years, going on 5.
Yeah, our first wedding was December 2014.
Oh, awesome.
So
And you guys are owned and operated by Joel's? Is that
correct.
correct? Okay,
Yes.
perfect. We'll get into catering and all of that in a second. So tell me a little bit about ceremony. I know we could do ceremony and reception here. So what's capacity in that courtyard? Ceremony only first.
Okay.
I would say 250 you could fit for a ceremony seating in the courtyard.
Yeah, about 250, 275.
Okay. And then also the courtyard can be used in kind of unison with the reception if they're not having a ceremony. That's kind of where all the guests are welcomed. You guys can do, I've seen some awesome lounge.
Right, so a lot of people will do a cocktail hour just in the courtyard, or open up the main space in the courtyard and utilize them both for the entire reception. Like you said, a lot of people put lounge furniture in front of the fireplace. That is a working fireplace to make it really cozy and add some different aspects, maybe some oyster shucking or a specialty bar, champagne walls. There's a lot you can do.
Yeah.
And you can do ceremony and then we can flip it for reception after. So you can do both also if you want.
Yeah.
Now, what's capacity inside for seated dinners and, buffet style?
So buffet style, reception style is about 400. We'd like to say 400.
With the inside and outside.
With inside and
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah. And then for a seated dinner, we can have 180 if you have a band, and then 200 if you have a DJ.
Oh, awesome. And then they could still have the outdoor space
Yeah.
as an additional kind of. Now, I know we're in the library right now, which is one of my favorite spaces in the building. And then a lot of times we do cake, in this area. I've seen a lot of specialty bars in here. It already has the lounge furniture to some degree, and I really love that. So the space in and of itself, I think, has a couple of different ways that it could be utilized, right?
Yeah, and what's great about this space is that you don't need to bring in anything to enhance it. It just it's beautiful on its own, and that really goes for the entire building, where the whole venue doesn't really need that much florals and candles to make it beautiful. It's beautiful on its own.
Now, speaking of bringing things in, what does the building come with? Do we have tables, chairs, linen, any rentals? Tell me a little bit about that.
So we include seating for up to 120 with our house chair, which is a wood slatted garden chair. We also include linens of your choice, ivory or gray. All of our sample packets include china, silverware, glassware. We have our 2 beautiful farm tables that we do for food display, and then we have some other elements that you have the option of using, like our 6-tiered, 6-foot-tall stand to welcome guests with champagne or favors. We also include beautiful room dividers that kind of have a French paint design on them that we can use as a band backdrop or put behind food stations or behind a DJ. So a couple other elements like that you can use.
Now, for ceremony, do we bring all ceremony chairs you have to bring in, correct?
It just depends. We have the 120 chairs in-house that you're welcome to use any way you like.
Yeah, that's true.
So you can use it for ceremony or for the reception.
Okay. Now, tenting in the courtyard.
Oh yes, tenting, everyone's
I was
favorite.
gonna say, I had to bring that up as the planner.
Yes.
I don't know. I was have a rain plan.
Yeah, I always like for people, especially if you're not doing your ceremony out there and it is an overflow space, sometimes I'm not pushy on that, but if you're gonna do ceremony and have anything out in that courtyard, I would think we'd want to.
Yeah, when you're choosing an outdoor space for your ceremony in New Orleans, it's good to have that plan B in case of rain. Because
do y'all have a custom tent from one of the tent companies, or?
Yeah, we work with several different tent companies. One of them does have a custom tent for the courtyard. But we can go anywhere from the front of the fireplace to gate,
Okay.
and all sides in between. So if you just have a lounge area for a reception,
You just
you
want
want
that
that
covered.
covered, that's
Right.
fine. Or if you want gate to gate covered, we have that capability as well. We would also recommend, if you are up into the 400, kind of 500 peak guest count, that you do book the courtyard
Yeah,
as a
absolutely.
flow space.
Absolutely.
But our standard weddings, 200 to
Yeah.
300 don't really, it's not required.
It's not
just
required,
extra if you
yeah.
want some protection from the inconsistent weather.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. And also, if it's hot, then you might want
Yes.
to put some
Yeah,
air in there,
right.
that kind of stuff.
And then
Yeah,
today
Yeah,
it's,
so that's
it's
good.
freezing outside.
It's so cold.
We've put tents up and had sidewalls and put heaters in there to create extra warmth.
Which probably is really
which
cool
really
with the
works out.
space too, because it is a very good flow from
Mhm.
in to out. So
Yeah,
I think that
no,
would
I
be
think it
really
works,
cool,
especially if
yeah.
you get a clear tent, you still
Mhm.
have the feeling of being outdoors.
Yes, absolutely.
And one thing we forgot to mention is we also have 4 outdoor heaters.
Oh,
in our
okay.
cooking space too.
Oh, awesome.
So if you don't have a tent, it's a little chilly outside and you want
You
to
can
keep the
still have
heaters.
those out there.
Yeah.
And then what about rentals when booking? Is it a rental fee and then food and beverage minimum on top, or?
Correct.
Okay.
So we have a peak season rate and an off-peak season rate. Our peak season rate starts at $4,000 on a Friday or Sunday,
Okay.
and $7,500 on a Saturday. And we have really great deals for the summer. Our Friday and Sunday is actually $750
Okay.
and then $1,500 on a Saturday.
Awesome.
So they start at 3 hours, and you can add on beyond
From there,
that.
yeah.
And then our food and beverage packages start in peak season at $115 per person, and in off-peak season, we have a really good $98 a person
Awesome.
package.
And Joel's Catering does all of the food and
Yes.
beverage.
We do all the in-house catering. We always get compliments on our food.
Yes.
We do the bar as well, so any specialty cocktails.
Yeah.
We like to have fun with the menu. We don't like it to be
Mhm.
The same
Same
thing
menu every
yeah,
weekend.
Yeah, I
absolutely.
think that's and also great having an in-house caterer, at this venue. So it's just one less thing you have to worry about is bringing in an outside caterer.
So when they, I always like to ask this question, when you guys do tastings for brides after they book, are the tastings here on site, or where is the tasting held?
Our tastings are actually where our prep kitchen is housed, is at the Hampton Inn on Convention Center Boulevard.
Perfect.
So so that's where Joel Catering lives, and so we'll host the tastings there. And our chef likes to interact with our clients, and it's just really great to have it on their turf.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell us, last question. Okay, let's get the nerves out. What do you guys think is kind of what sets you apart from all the other venues in New Orleans?
I think the history of our building, the location, being in the Garden District, where there really aren't many other venues of our size. The fact that, like Melanie said, we are a little island in this neighborhood, but you still have so many great New Orleans features around you, like the historic buildings, all the balconies around down Magazine Street. I think it's also great that we're a blank canvas. We have, like the library, we have some characteristic to our building. You can also put your own spin on it.
Right.
So if you have a specific design or style that you want to portray, you can
Still
really do
portray it.
anything in the building.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anything to add?
I'd agree, and just the fact that our in-house caterer, Joel Catering, is just the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really great. So Joel Donis has been around Joel Catering has been around for 30 plus years, and so we're just really experienced caterer, and we've done thousands of events, and just a really great touch for your wedding.
All right, guys, now we're going to take you on a tour of the space, so follow along with us. Christine and Melanie at El Mercato. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check them out on all of their social media outlets and their website. And don't forget to stay tuned to watch the full version of the tour so you can see what a typical setup at El Mercato looks like. Email me, let me know if you have any questions, any vendors that want to be featured, or any topic ideas. And also don't forget, like, subscribe, share on our YouTube channel right here at WEDucation. Thanks so much. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Now's a good time to laugh, maybe. We're all laughing. Let's all laugh.
Yes.
Welcome to Lower Garden District and our venue, El Mercado.
We're in our courtyard right now. This is where we host our ceremonies, cocktail receptions, and much more. So let's go head inside and we can talk all about it.
This is our main space where we can hold up to 350 for a cocktail style reception, 220 for a seated dinner. Our band sets up on this end of the building down here, and then our guest seating flows over to this portion of the room. In the gray alcove back here, we often set up wedding cakes, food stations, live painters, bars, lounge areas. And then this portion of the room is where your guests sit.
So if you want to head over this way, we have our library. So this is our library with a built-in bar, and we have banquet seating and a bookshelf back here. A lot of people will put the groom's cake in here, extra seating, wedding photos. There's a lot you can do with this room.
This is the ladies' lounge of El Mercado, connected to our ladies' bathroom. It's a great room for the brides to hang out in with their bridal party prior to the ceremony. Also great throughout the night for guests to come in, lady guests to come in and freshen up their makeup or take a seat for a few minutes.
This is my favorite room.